Welcome, one and all, to Vellum and Vale. We are two friends who wanted to make something together, and this is the result. I'm Bernard, your lore master, and with me is Jen, the bear chief. We hope you enjoy our first experiment, a one-on-one D&D 5e game. And if you do, we ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. With the introduction and a standard social media spiel out of the way, Jen, please take it from here.
Sure thing. How this is going to work is that Bernard is the game master and I am the player. But instead of my character being all alone, Bernard and I have put together a few party members to join her. This is inspired by RPG games like Dragon Age and Baldur's Gate, games we both have loved for a very long time. My character will try and lead her party to victory, and I'll control them in battle, but Bernard will give them dialogue, emotions, and descriptions of their actions.
Our first game is a playthrough of Dangerous Designs from Explorer's Guide to Wildemount. Please note that we have no association with, nor are we sponsored by, Wizards of the Coast or Critical Role. Everything that belongs to them still belongs to them, and we are operating under fair use. What belongs to us is the characters we make, our voices, etc. More information in the description.
Okay, enough preamble. Now onwards to the video.
So, we find ourselves in the town of Hupperdook within the Dwendalian Empire on the continent of Wildemount. It is a chilled, misty night in this industrious mountainside city. The scent of recent rain on the air as you walk the muddled paths. The nightly festivities have already begun, with the elevated section of the city known as the Idleworks Shelf alight with colorful lanterns and streamers. The distant sounds of music and fireworks echoing from hundreds of feet up the stairs to the top of this mountainside town. However, you are passing along the quiet, dark fields of the assembly yard, moving alongside massive forges and partially constructed war machines. All the city's industry seemingly abandoned for the night, while the workers of Hupperdook unwind in the celebrations of the upper city. So, your group, having been together for a short time, is perhaps just walking about after another day of, unfortunately, not much in the way of work. Your recent forays into working together as a group, while initially fruitful, have not continued to be so. But there's a sense of like, there's gotta be something right around the corner. It's either that or, well, have to go your separate ways, which this was a very recent development anyway, so I'm not sure how you would feel about that, but Jen, why don't you describe Honoria so we can get a sense of her?
Alright, so Honoria is a tiefling, a blood hunter. She has, like sort of grayish sort of skin, sort of like burgundy colored horns, one broken on the left side. She is covered in scars, and has like thick, curly black hair. She usually keeps pulled back, wearing, a lot of leather and all that, carrying a rapier.
All right. Walking alongside Honoria are her currently 3 party members. We'll start with Bastion. Bastion is a furbolg. He is about 7.5 feet tall. Kind of a muscular build. He has gray fur over most of his body, but he has a beard and hair that are this sort of auburn color that also stretches around his ears. Um, he is wearing chainmail with a little bit of metal plating in places that is accented with dyed blue and gray leather and cloth. He actually has some sort of slightly fancy pauldrons with a little bit of cloth on them. Um, and he walks with his glaive in one hand and a spear on his back. The next member of the party is Hilda. She is also a tiefling, like Honoria, but her skin is this vibrant, sort of slightly purplish pink. Her horns start just above her eyebrows and then curl back behind her head before rising up slightly, kind of mimicking the slight curl of her ears. They are a sort of mix of white and dark purple, and she wears this sort of like slightly gold-looking armor, but it's not actually gold; it's just colored. It's scale mail over which she has some red cloth, including a scarf that goes around her shoulders right now. She has a mace and a shield, a crossbow if she needs a range option. Her shield bears a painted-on sun symbol. Then we have Melowin. Melowin is an elf with a sort of lighter skin, honey blonde hair that is pulled into these rows of braids that go down to about her mid back. She wears this well-made coat, pants, and boots that is all like part of like a specific outfit. She even like her belts and her gloves are also matched to it. It is a mixture of leather and cloth, but it's all well made, well crafted, but sturdy enough for travel. It is a mix of mostly teal and a sort of salmon with lining of a very light purplish pink. She has a long blade on her back and a dagger at her side, but also a viol, her instrument of choice. So, you all are walking the dark streets of Lower Hupperdook. And it is just another day here in the world of Exandria, or another night, I suppose. So, what might Honoria say in this moment?
I'm so bored.
Bastion, kind of shrugs. Well, I guess it can't be helped. There's just not much going on for us at the moment. That first foray into the tavern sub-basement, did us good. Made us a decent chunk of change, but, well, it's not infinite, and until something comes up, I don't think it's wise for us to be spending that coin up at the parties just yet. At least that's my idea.
I mean, I guess. It's just there's nothing to really...
Yeah. Melowin, is checking the strings of her viol. Well, there's nothing to really be done about it, I guess. We could, enjoy a quick reprieve in the upper town, but it's not unwise for us to wait until we've got a little bit more in our purses, after all. Otherwise, we don't want to be selling our equipment if we can, if we could avoid it. I am rather fond of my gear, personally. Uh, but, well, who knows? Perhaps we'll need to wander further. My travels uh, kind of got cut off, as it were, so maybe it's time we look at other pastures.
I mean, I guess you're right.
Hilda speaks up. Well, I mean, there's not much we can do about it. If the universe does not have anything intended for us, then they don't. But the world is always in flux, I suppose you could say. And well, we'll get through it, whatever we have to do. I personally say if we have to go somewhere, we head south. Uh, just because I think that is perhaps better for us. Uh, I mean, perhaps Allfield could use some. I hear that perhaps I have heard that they, have a not infrequent problem with bandits, so that could be good.
Well, that at least sounds interesting.
Yeah. Bastion nods. I wouldn't mind taking down some bandits, earn us some coin from the local government tax, probably, and be doing some good at the same time.
How about you, Mellowin?
Not a bad idea, and helping the average folk is always a decent idea. Perhaps I can get some new inspiration too. Hupperdook is interesting, but it's not quite the scene I thought it would be,
What did you think it would be?
Well, I have seen a lot of hard work, a lot of failed projects, a lot of endurance in the face of abject failure. And you know what? That is inspiring. But I feel like without access to some of the more a bit more of the realness of this place. I need to ask more stories of, what's it like when something blows up right in your face after you've spent months working on it?
That's a little depressing.
But it's part of life. If we do not fail, we do not learn.
That's true, but... Huh. Okay.
I mean, well, anyway. And you see, Hilda and Bastion don't seem like they really want to have an opinion on this right now. So, currently in the area that you're in, you maybe, wander further back into the town, away from the most industrious sections. Lower Hupperdook is a mix of both work and not work, although there is a lot of working spaces, and some of the times they're just combined. People do work in their homes, but they also have specific places for the actual forging processes, the manufactory. Hupperdook is where the weaponry and materials of war for the Empire, a lot of it gets made here, or at least developed here. In particular, Honoria, as you've been here, you've noted that a lot of the Empire's forays into firearms and cannon technology is being done here. Uh, and you and like every day you've been here, at some point you've heard an explosion from the outer reaches of the town beyond the walls, where they're allowed to do such things. Yeah, but it's interesting seeing the hustle and bustle, perhaps. Right now, though, quiet except for the people who are partying. And not all the partying is done up top. There is, what you're going through, right? There is, the tavern that you recently had that work at, where you met your current fellow compatriots. And there are also, other places like shops and businesses and a few other things like the mines and such that are on this level. Up top, though, that's where the best parties are said to happen. Not that parties can't happen down here, but well, you think that perhaps while the Sitswallow Lodge is nice, Upper Hupperdook might have better drink, at least. For now, though, you continue through the streets. Most of the places are closed down, but you do see, before you leave the area around the assembly yard, you see that there is a gnome who is still working, despite the fact that everybody else is gone. He looks a bit older, like maybe in his like middle age. He's got a like a gray shirt over his like a medium tone skin. He's got a pointed black beard and a small mustache. His head is bald. And he's got like a thick leather apron. And it looks like he is just working on trying to it looks like he's just trying to fix some kind of small mechanism that has a number of gears fitting together. You're not even sure what that is exactly. But you see, like, his workstation is the only one in this section of the assembly yard that has a light on. And he's just, you see, he's frustratedly trying to get something inside it, and you hear ping, and he just throws down his tool and starts uttering what sounds like curses in the gnome language.
Hey, Mellowin, what about that guy?
Oh, yes. Do you all mind if I pick his brain for a moment?
I mean, you do you.
Bastion and Hilda are both fine with it. He's like, it'll just be a minute. And she goes over to speak with him. And of course, you're close enough to hear the conversation. And she's like, hello, pardon the intrusion, Mellowin Keltris. I'm an artist inspired by various things. I noticed you're having a bit of difficulty with your project. You mind if I sort of ask you a few questions about your process, your work? And he kind of like just looks at her. What? And and she continues. Well, you see, the thing is that I'm inspired a lot by sort of how should I put this? I'm inspired by strenuous things, I see you struggling with this machine here, and well, I understand that, of course, frustration is not something we really want to feel, but the feeling of overcoming that frustration, of just handling it and getting through it, even if it's the last thing you want to deal with. I find that very inspiring. Would you mind? And she like pulls out like some loose paper and an ink pen from her bag, and she's like, "Would you mind just giving me some words about how you're feeling right now? It could really inspire my next piece." And he just stares at her. Look, I've got work to do. Oh, yeah, like just a few like quick ideas, just a few like nouns or verbs, really anything. And he kind of like looks past her at all of you. Is she for real?
She's very for real.
Well, and could you please roll a persuasion check for Melwin?
15.
Uh, he sighs and like looks at her narrow eyes for a second. Well, I am certainly frustrated, and I'm tired. I'm cranky. I'm I'm certainly stiff from bending over this desk for hours. And I just I think I'm realizing that I have spent too much time on this today and I just can't see the problem anymore. So I think it's best if I just pause for the moment. Maybe I'll just go home. Maybe I just need to sleep on it. Rest is important for getting through issues sometimes. If you get too wound up, you can crack. Same thing with springs. If you twist them too tight and you leave them like that for too long, they get worn out, and that's not good for anybody. Yes, I see. Okay. Tight springs, worn out, breaking, broken. Yes. Oh, yes. This could work.
What?
Well, I guess I'm happy to help. Haven't seen you a lot around before. You some kind of new hires around?
Mm,
She kind of like looks back at you, Anoria.
I kind of been here a while. I don't know about everybody else. We've been hanging out though.
Yes. I arrived about just a little over a week ago. I'm a traveling entertainer. So that's my shtick. Kind of looks over at Bastion. Bastion's like, well, I'm on a I guess you could call it the duties of a knight errant, I suppose. And you see like the older gnomish man like kind of like cocks his head. Was a well, it's kind of how do you say basically I'm a wandering knight. I'm a member of the I follow Platinum Dragon. So I'm supposed to help folks and tear down evil and all that good stuff. And I ended up here. Again, like little over a week ago. Looking to do some stuff. And now I'm here. And now I'm with these folks. Hilda? And Hilda's like, oh yes, well, yes, a similar sort of situation, and just was looking for looking for work, and I happened upon Honoria, and we happened upon um, both Bastion and Melvin in the Sutzwallow Lodge. And now we are waiting for the next opportunity. Yeah. Well, I suppose, all right. The name's Albie Shutterstone. I'm just one of the machinists here in the yard. Um, I guess. Hope you're enjoying Hupperdook. I know folks that aren't used to it can sometimes, shall we say, get a little startled by some of the things we get up to here. But yeah. So, and I hope I helped with your art project, Mias. Oh yes, very helpful. Thank you.
So is that all you needed from him, or?
Oh yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Shutterstone. And he's like, oh yeah, happy to help. Y'all kind of look like you can you can handle yourselves in a fight, right?
Or like to think we can?
Well, have you talked to the Watchmaster?
We have not done that.
Well, instead of waiting to see something on the local job boards, talk to the Watchmaster. See if he's got anything that hard hitting folks like yourselves, hard swinging, hard shooting. I don't know what y'all can do exactly. I see some anyway, but yeah. Watchmaster might have some work for you. He works late hours. He might actually be available to speak with. And he like puts his little machine away. He puts away his tools. He closes up his workstation. You see, there's like these shutters that he can pull down, and then he locks everything. Why don't I lead you all over there? At least I can get something completed tonight before I head home.
That'd be great. We could have done this the whole time.
Well, I suppose you could have. And he looks at the rest of you, and Hilda like kind of scratches the back of her head. I do not know why I did not think of that, actually. Normally I just think of the job boards as the place to go for work. And Bastion kind of like shrugs his shoulders, while saying, "Well, I guess every place kind of does it a little differently. Still, opportunity's better than nothing."
Yeah, you're right.
All right, let me lead you over there, and Albie starts to lead you away from the party. I tell you, everybody just gets to partying right when the sun goes down these days. Used to be, some of us would still work into the night, but I'm kind of the only one left who doesn't do the whole soon as the whistle blows, lock up your stuff and run straight for the upper town. No, not me. I don't like all that nonsense.
I mean, like, I'm a little curious what that all's like.
He like looks at you, looks at the idlework shelf, which you see, bright with its with, its colorful decorations, the occasional small firework or firecracker going off, perhaps a slight bit of music echoing through the space. Not that there isn't a bit in Lower Hupperdook, as previously mentioned, but the upper town is like the big, like, main attraction sort of deal. And he just crosses his arms and he says, well, you young folk, uh, I guess it makes sense, but I'm an old timer. I don't feel much like getting up to some crazy shenanigans. I can't drink the way I used to, and I didn't even like to drink that much. But, to each their own, I guess. It's not like anybody's harping on me to go with them these days. Well, if you all make some money, go have a nice time for me, alright?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I have to say, we don't see too many folks traveling through Hupperdook these days. Mostly we're just a stop on the way to other places. Except for if you're coming here for, specific business. If you're coming here to find a specific job, or if you're delivering, have you. And, some people come here for the parties, admittedly. But otherwise, it's mostly just locals. You're the first travelers I've seen in a while, actually.
It's nice here. So far.
Yeah. There's a reason most of us just stick around our whole dang life. He leads you through the town. Like, you're heading further into the town, closer to the actual base of the mountain. Like where it starts to climb up, where there's like cliffs and stuff. As you are heading that direction, you suddenly hear a massive explosion. It rocks the southeast part of the city. You see at the base of the mountain, you see dust thrown up into the air, lit by the moon and the lights of the town. 100 yards, perhaps, from where you stand.
Whoa, okay.
You can see, like, down the street, heavy smoke is billowing from that direction. And perhaps some of you, like, shaking the ringing from your ears. You see 6 cloaked figures rushing out of the smoke and dust, running from the source of that explosion, and heading your way. What do you do?
That looks like we should stop them, right? We should stop them?
Bastion is the first to, like, step, to, like, turn and said, hell yeah, we should stop them, let's do this.
It's finally not boring. Okay.
What a way to start the evening. Roll for initiative, please.
Honoria has a 25.
25. Very nice for the first initiative ever.
Yeah, everybody else is not so great. Bastion has a 10.
Oh. Ugh.
And then both Hilda and Melowin have a 9. I believe Melowin's dex is higher. Yeah. And here we go.
All right. So here we are, the streets of Lower Hupperdook, as we have our 4 adventurers and what appears to be some cloaked figures who are, well, perhaps not exactly cloaked, but running down the street towards your direction. The lead seems to be a humanoid figure, tall, has a short sword and some armor, and 5 shorter figures following her, who appear to be distinctly reptilian in shape. But the first to go is Honoria. I mean, you would think so. This is level 1 listeners at home.
Yeah, and I rolled a 25. All right. I guess I'll just run out right in front. Yes.
All right.
I will draw my rapier and I'll be like, "What's going on?"
They do not answer you.
Awesome. Yeah, I will just stay there and see what they do as they come at me.
Alrighty. Next up, we've got one of these figures, who is going to, let's see here. Alright, so this one here is going to run in your direction. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Pull a short sword and yell, "No witnesses!"
Oh,
and
whoa.
is going to try and attack you.
Hey.
So that is... Oh, yeah, that's a 23 to hit. Well, first enemy roll, and it's pretty good.
Oh dear.
And maximum damage. Oh no. That's 9 piercing damage.
I have 12 hit points. Okay. 9. Hilda, help.
It like runs up and you're like, oh, you realize it's a kobold and you're like, well, this won't be, and then stabs you right up, like right in your leg.
Oh, you little Hilda!
I'm on survey. All right, so that is the kobold's turn. We move on to the taller figure, who is going to. You hear her say, "Oh, you fucking, just move." 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Dash 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Can I get a stab? I feel like I have to do something.
Specifically stayed out of your field of attacking.
Oh, rude.
And that's going to be her turn. You see as she passes by that she seems to be a Goliath with gray skin, black markings on her face and arms. And the armor and short sword look in decent condition, but the rest of her clothes look a little, perhaps not great for combat, honestly. All right. We move on to another one of the kobolds, who's going to do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and is also going to attack you.
I am going to die.
That is 16 to hit.
Okay, hang on. I think I can do my curse. Blood Curse of the Eyeless. I'm going to use my reaction to make that one roll the d4 and subtract the result from its attack roll.
All right, rolling it. That is 3. So we go from 16 to a 13.
Yep, that does not hit.
All right. So you see the kobold come and you're like, oh fuck. And you reach out with your hemomancy, affecting the blood running like in this creature's like in the kobold's head to cause it to temporarily go slightly blind and miss. The one next to it is like, what's wrong with you? I can't see. Oh, now I can. All right, that is it for that kobold, though. So we are going to move on to Bastion. Look at him with his big old glaive. So yes, where would you like him to move?
Next to me, as close as he could get.
I'm coming. 5, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Get over here, tall boy. Hit them.
Rushes up, makes a glaive attack. Yeah, roll an attack.
Natural 20.
Hot diggity. Hot diggity. What am I saying? All right. Roll for critical hit damage. Damn.
Okay, so that's 2d10 then. Oh wow. Oh wow. 20 damage.
20 points of damage. So he just rushes forward, swings, and nearly slices the kobold in half. You can see like he wasn't expecting to hit that hard, and the creature is like, "Fuck you!" But then you hear a tick 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 ding, and the kobold explodes.
What?
And I need both Honoria and Bastion need to make dexterity saving throws.
This is what does it. This is what kills me. Alright, dexterity. Oh, Bastion has okay. He got a 3. And
That's a failure.
I got a 17. No,
That is
even
a
more.
success.
19.
That is a success. So Bastion takes 8 bludgeoning damage, and you take 4 bludgeoning damage.
I am unconscious.
Well, all right. We'll just our general thing that we do is we flip to indicate unconsciousness.
Yes, upside down.
So the kobold explodes into blood and bone flying, but the force of the explosion is what really gets you, and it knocks you out. Bastion like looking on in horror and then sees you down. Ah, shit! Is there anything else that you can do for his turn?
Nope. He's all good.
All right. And he like turns, and just shouts for Hilda to hurry up. All right, but it is not Hilda's turn yet. It is another kobold's turn.
Oh no.
This kobold. 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. Stepping over the corpse of their fallen compatriot, they're going to attack Bastion.
No.
Does not get pack tactics because not in this one isn't up against Bastion. So just a regular roll. That's a natural 1.
Oh, thank
Well,
goodness.
isn't this is weird. These dice rolls are weird. And like just like trips on the blood of the fallen kobold, and like just has to right themselves and be like, gross. Ah! Meanwhile, we're going to the next turn, which is Mellowin.
How close? She has to do 30 feet. Bane is 30 feet?
Let's see. 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let's check. So those two next to you are definitely within range. Unfortunately, the next closest is 40 feet away.
Is the Goliath within 30 feet? Yeah. Right?
Yes.
Alright.
Yes, within 30 feet.
I will have her cast Bane on the 2 kobolds and the Goliath within range. It's charisma saves.
All right. Rolling for the Goliath. That is, let me see here. That is a total of 10.
Failure.
Kobold, that is a total of 11.
Fail.
And a natural 20 for a total of 19.
Okay, well, one of them passes. The other two have a target must roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from the attack roll or saving throw, and it's concentration.
Alrighty. So, unfortunately, Hilda is just like, her instincts haven't kicked in as to what to do exactly yet, and Ellen just flies into action, pulls out her viol, and does this like sort of odd like sound that reverberates through the air, and it seems to affect the ears of both the Goliath and one of the kobolds. Now, I don't think you want to be going anywhere just yet. Anything else for her turn?
And I think she'll give a bardic inspiration to... let's do... Bastion.
Bastion got bardic inspiration. Very good. All right. We move on to one of the kobolds over here. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. And is going to pull out a hand crossbow, seeing that Melowin just did magic, and is going to fire it at her. That is only 10 to hit.
Miss.
All right. And now we are finally at Hilda's turn.
Yeah, I think she's gonna try to run up. I don't know if she can get to Honoria.
5, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Cure wounds.
Cure wounds. Roll for that healing. Scheiße.
Oh wow, max. So that is 11. I live.
All right. Her magic, bright yellow and green, like she rushes up, reaches down, and it flows into you, patching up her wounds, and you, and your eyes flash open as you realize, oh wow, you feel great.
Thanks, Hilda.
No problem, then. Let's get you up. Anything else for her turn?
No, doesn't look like she has anything else she could do.
All right, last kobold, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, is going to fire a crossbow bolt at Hilda. All right. So that is... that is only 10 to hit. So I know that doesn't hit.
Nope.
All right. Then we are back to the top of the initiative with Honoria, newly conscious. Although I guess so you have to spend some of your movement to get up. But hey, you're conscious.
Yep. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna stab it, or try.
All right, go ahead.
That is a 21 to hit.
21 to hit is most definitely a hit. Roll for damage.
Almost minimum. 4.
4. All right. You run through the kobold's arm, but the kobold does not die. Pretty badly hurt, but not dead.
Do all of you explode?
The kobold says, I'll kill you before I talk.
I guess we're gonna find out either way. Okay. That's all I could do.
Get back on the ground!
No!
Anything else for Honoria's turn?
No.
Alright. We move past the turn of the exploded kobold and move on to the Goliath. Who is just over there, and is just going to keep on running. 5,
Ooh.
10, 15, 20, 30. But she does turn and shout, "Come on, you absolute morons! We have places to be!" And is going to seemingly hold for the moment. Moving on, we've got another one of the kobolds, specifically one of the ones who got baned, who is the one in front of you right now, and is going to try and attack you again. Which pack tactics come into play, but does have that bane.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I've got not super great. 14, and then bane is a D4, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That is -4, so 10. So I'm pretty sure that doesn't hit you.
Yep, my AC was a 14 too, so thank goodness for that bane.
All right, so you see the kobold kind of winces as you almost hear a reverberation of that sort of odd note that Melowin created with her veal, and the slice with the short sword goes wide. All right, we are up to Bastion again.
Oh, I don't want him to die. Lay on hands for himself and use all 5 so he doesn't, in case one of these things explodes again.
All right, he heals himself up. Oh, Platinum Dragon, help me.
Yeah. Do you think they all explode? This one won't tell me.
Maybe let's just knock him out then.
Alright, we can try.
Listen, y'all, I'm giving you one chance to surrender. And kobolds just look at him.
I'd listen to him. He's
Kill
really big.
you!
Wow.
Sorry.
They're so confident.
They're very confident. And he's like, "Oh, I don't want people to explode." So if you'd like him to do non-lethal damage, that is perfectly fine. Otherwise, he'll follow your directives.
Well, lay on hands is an action, so.
Do you want him to move at all?
Is there any way he can, flank that one with me?
Yeah, he can move between these houses and move over.
He's tall too. He could probably just step over.
All right, just good tactics at least. And he runs around and he's like, he gets ready to just do whatever he needs to do on his next turn. All right. So we move on to Kobold number 3, who's here and is going to attack Bastion. Because he, said those words, and these kobolds didn't like those words. So this one right here is the one. Oh gosh,
Bastion, why you gotta say words?
All right. So that is a 22 to hit.
Mellowin's good at silvery barbs.
We're using the silvery barbs already. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Silvery barb. Re-rolling. That's a 7 total.
Yes. Oh, she'll give the advantage to Hilda.
All right. Hilda getting that sweet, sweet silvery barbs advantage. And You see Melowin once again just, and you see almost like this shadow of energy turn into twinkling starlight and fly around, settling on Hilda. Ooh, what is this? It's just a little bit of something to aid you. Don't let them scuff you up, Bastion. I'm trying. As he like dodges the suddenly like off kilter kobold. And get the elf too. Get her. Oh dear. All right. That speaking of, it is now Mellowin's turn actually.
Vicious Mockery, one of the closer ones that has yet to be hurt.
All right. So, this one, actually, all three except the one between Honoria and Bastion is hurt. I'm sorry, the other three are unhurt. The only one that is hurt is the one that's between you and Bastion.
All right, we'll do the one next to that one. It's a wisdom save.
All right, wisdom save. Okay, that is 7.
Failure.
Alrighty, and how much damage is this kobold taking?
The maximum that it can, which is 4. 4 psychic damage.
Mellowin, like, does a little bit of reveal, making those odd, like, scratchy sort of noises, as she says, I don't think that you're really realizing just how close to death you are. And the kobold, like, clutches his head as the psychic energy affects. No, you die! Ah!
Oh! It also
yep.
has disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Thank you. Alright, anything else for Mellowin?
No, I don't think so right now.
Got it. She stays put. We move on to Kobold over here, who is going to go to, like, turn to this other kobold and shout something in Draconic. Let's see. And does anybody in the party know Draconic?
I just checked. No.
All right, then nobody knows what was said, but 5, 10, 15, 20, and is going to attack. Mellowin with short sword.
Oh.
Not great. 11.
That's a miss.
Alrighty. Just rushes up and swings at her as she dodges back. Oh dear, well, this won't do. Kill you! Yes, I keep hearing that. You're getting very repetitive. Alright, so, that one being done, we move on to Hilda.
I'll have her step up next to the right, or just below Honoria. Yeah. I do want her to have...
around.
I'm gonna have her try to bonk with her mace, the one in front of her.
Absolutely, you can bonk. All right.
And she gets advantage, which is a 17 to hit.
17 is a hit. Roll for damage.
Look at you, Hilda. She has 5 damage.
Well, that kobold is no more. She swings and cracks the kobold in the face, and they fall to the ground, dead.
Oh boy. Does it explode?
It does not explode.
Oh. Okay.
Just marking off where the bodies are. Alrighty. Just goes, Gah! And then falls to the ground. Oh, I do not enjoy this, but it must be done.
And I believe that's all she can do right now. So I'll just have her stay there. You know, just in case one of us goes down.
She turns like her bloodied mace to the other kobolds. You should surrender, not right now. Right now. Kill her! Duh! Alright, so we move on from Hilda to this kobold. Alright. So, gonna try and attack Hilda. Which, pack tactics, because both in melee.
Well, that's just rude.
That is a 12.
But that does not hit.
Glances off some of her armor, or perhaps she like throws her shield up. I really think you should reconsider. Fuck you! Alright. We are back to Honoria.
I guess I'm just gonna stab the one in front of me again. A 19 to hit.
19 is definitely a hit. Roll for damage.
Seven.
7 points of damage. The kobold falls. You pierce her the chest. Fuck you. Dies.
Dies. Does this one explode?
No.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's a good thing for us. What is going on?
Anything else you want to do for your turn?
I'm gonna start running towards the Goliath.
Okay. How do you want your path to go?
Preferably, I don't want to be hit by the kobold on my way. Well, if there's no way to avoid it, I'm just gonna go.
Okay. You can limit it to just one, so you can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
That is 16 to hit.
Well, yes.
And you take 5 points of piercing damage.
Ow, you little shit.
And get back here! So yes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Do you want to move again, or would you like to do something else?
Well, I attacked, so that's all I can do.
Alrighty. With your turn done, Dead Kobold's turn, and the Goliath seeing what's going on over there. Oh, God fucking, would you just fucking run? And you see, she just reaches out her hand. You see a little, like, glow of something, on her hand. And from behind you, you hear this whooshing sound as a sphere of fog emerges from between you and like basically in the middle of between where you and Bastion are.
What?
All right, let me just make sure I've got this size right. Sorry. So 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. Alrighty. Okay, so you are in a cloud of fog, and the area is heavily obscured at the moment, so you can't see beyond 5 feet in front of you. And neither can anybody else in the fog cloud. So, we move on to Dead Kobold and then to Bastion.
So,
Alrighty. Yep.
Bastion is gonna try to, I guess, run through the fog.
Okay. He's gonna be like, oh, hail, and goes running forward. So 5, 10, 15, 20, and runs into this kobold. Does he do anything with this kobold?
I mean, he could attack it. That's what he's gonna do.
Sure. Roll to hit.
He's gonna use his bardic inspiration finally. 19.
19. Oh, technically they do have the blindness condition, so the attack roll has disadvantage.
19 was the lower one.
Oh, alrighty. He's good then. Alright, that is definitely a hit. Roll for damage.
That would be 6.
Alright, 6 points of damage. Very nice. Alright, the kobold is still alive. I'm coming to help. Hello, Melwin. I'm here to help. Very good of you, Bastion. As Honoria, you just hear this from you don't know how many feet away.
Try not to hit me or anybody else that isn't a bad guy.
I'll do my best. Alright, so that is anything else for Bastion's turn?
No.
Okay. Then we're moving on. Also, did he use his bardic inspiration?
Yes, he did.
Gotcha. Thank you. We move on past one of the exploded kobolds. Or I'm sorry, one of the dead kobolds, not the exploded already kobold.
Yeah.
Um,
Only one of them exploded
and we
for some reason.
we found ourselves at Melwin.
She's got a vicious mockery. That one. That's right there.
All right. She's like, well, doesn't this just paint such a gray and tiring picture?
Okay, Bellwood. It needs to make a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Why don't you just go to sleep? You're so close to the end. And yeah, that is a 2.
Ma'am. So 3 psychic damage, and if it's still up, it has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
It is not up. It just clutches its ears and just keels over from the psychic damage.
Noria's just like, did it die? Is it dead?
And I told him he should just have laid down and accepted the inevitable. Maybe I didn't say that in so many words, but still.
You are something, Mellowin.
Thank you. I think.
It was a compliment.
Alright. Moving on. We move past that kobold who just died to Hilda.
Go, Hilda. Bonk with the mace next to her.
It's hard to see, but I've got one here still, giving you a last chance to give up. I'll rip out your throat! Goodness gracious. Duh! And she just goes to smack it.
With disadvantage, right?
Yes.
A 16. Okay, that's not that bad.
Still a hit. Roll for damage.
Alright, Hilda. 6.
6 points of damage. The kobold is still up. Badly injured, but up. Pulls back her mace and just snarls at her. I'll cook your horns over a fire! What is your problem?
And then I'll have her run towards me.
Honoria! Going to try and come find you just in case. And tries to avoid an attack of opportunity by the kobold. That is 13 to hit.
That's a miss.
And she's like, okay, I'm just 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, I'm just, oh, hello, Honoria.
Oh, hello.
Speaking of, that kobold is gonna be like, yeah, and is going to be like, damn it, and is actually going to run this way. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And is going around this house to get over here. And with that, Kobold, we're back to Honoria.
All right. Well, I'm going to first take a step out of the fog.
And Hilda's like, I'll be right behind you.
Awesome. And then I'm gonna try to use the rest of my movement to get up to the Goliath. Because I don't know where the other kobold is.
10, 15, 25, 30.
Hi, who are you?
And just like readies the short sword. Or just back away.
No. And I'm gonna try to stab.
All right, she's gonna try and defend herself. So what you gotta hit?
Does a 17 hit?
17 does hit.
Oh, max damage! Finally, Honoria. 10.
Okay, she is going to use her reaction to try and reduce that damage. She reduces that damage by a lot. Like, you see, like, you stab right through her shoulder, but she kind of just grins and bears it. And she, like, physically grabs your hand with her free hand and rips your sword out of her shoulder. And it seems like she's almost not bothered at all.
Oh, you're frightening.
And thanks.
Hilda!
I'm on survey. And like you turn back to her and she's like, I don't have time for this. And you see she has a ring on her finger that glows slightly, and another fog cloud appears.
What the? Stop that! Stop it, lady!
5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. And then she's gonna shout, if any of you are alive, just get out of here! And then she's going to try and run.
I will absolutely attempt an attack of opportunity. Oh! 17.
That is a hit.
5 damage.
Okay. She will take that damage. 10, 15, 25, 30. All right. That is the end of her turn. We move on to another one of the dead kobolds, and then to Bastion.
Oh, I'm gonna have him continue his way out of the fog cloud.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
And I guess just...
Go
ahead.
Yeah. Where is everybody?
She is leaving. I am here.
Where'd she go?
I can't... she's continued down the street.
All right. Do you want him to move to dash?
Yeah.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30.
That's good for me.
All right. Runs past you. I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her. All right. Next up, we've got another dead kobold and then Melvin.
All right. Melowin is gonna make her way out.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30.
So I'll have her come running in here too.
Heading your way. 5, 15, 20, 25, 30.
She actually can move 35 feet. I didn't know she could move
Oh,
35
she can.
feet.
Then 35.
Wonderful.
So about which way?
That way. Night point.
Got it. All right. And after Melon, we've got another dead kobold. And then Hilda.
And you know, she's gonna do the same thing. Just come running out.
All right. 5, 10. Oh, on the way. 15, 25, 30.
Yep.
Oh, there you are.
Hi.
There is the bad guy.
That way.
Bad girl? Bad person.
That way.
Okay,
Yep.
I've got it. 5. I assume you wanted her to dash.
Oh yeah, she can dash.
Okay. 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. That good for you?
That is a-okay for me.
Stop what you are doing right now, evildoer. All right. Next up, we've got the one living kobold, who actually is going to, hearing what the Goliath said, is going to turn around and run this way and leave combat. All right. And we are back to Honoria.
Okay, I'm gonna try to make my way out of this fog.
Gotcha.
Just be like, excuse me, pardon me.
5, 10, 15, 20, 30.
Yeah, and then I'll dash. Even though she's
Alright.
like right there.
Dash. You like almost run into the back of her and you have to scoop to the side.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, would you just give up?
No, we're persistent. Stop running.
All right. She is. So that's your turn, and then it's her turn again, and she is going to once again use that fog cloud
Stop
ability.
with the fog, lady.
5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. And is going to try and get away. 5, 10, 15, or
Stab?
20. So attack.
Yeah.
Yep, go to attack.
No. Whiff.
Like your rapier glances off of the back of her breastplate as she just runs and disappears into the night. She has escaped.
Gosh, she's gone. She's gone, guys.
All right. And as you're like, as you realize that she's probably like run off into one of like, you don't know, she could have run off into an alley, still be running down the road, but then you hear 3 more little explosions in the area back where you came from, and then you hear screaming.
What? Go, 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 go.
All right. So combat ended.
Wowza. I almost died.
Yeah, what a start. All right. So you run back over there, and you see that as you run back over, wandering out of the fog cloud, is the gnomish man who was walking with you. Um, Albie Shutterstone, you see that his front is covered in blood and little bits of, well, things that are not blood, and he looks a bit injured. Um, and he just like is blinking and just is like seemingly trying to speak. Yeah,
Oh, jeez,
yeah,
you okay?
yeah.
Hilda?
Elda like runs up. What would you like her to do?
You said he was injured, right?
Yes.
I would like her to heal him.
All right. Um, would you like? What ability are you using on it?
I think she only has cure wounds. Yeah, I'll just have her do a cure wounds. For 4? Well, he's an NPC.
Um, all right. You see injuries heal up. And uh, he's just like kind of like sits down on the ground with blood still all over him. Uh, I saw that you all were chasing after the big one. I thought I'd go see if I recognized any of the kobolds or something. I don't know. I was thinking about being helpful. Blew up, blew up on me. Kyle.
Is that a thing with kobolds? Do they blow up? Like, what?
Bastion is like pulled a rag out and is helping wipe his face off. Not to my experience. Not that I've experienced much in the way of kobold, but they don't tend to explode.
I want to go try to see if there's anything I can find in the direction of the explosion.
All right. It takes you like a second to find the nearest kobold body, but the splatter of the smell of blood leads you to it. You see that the creature you see that it has exploded from like the chest and has seriously just busted the corpse. The gear remains, but
So there's no telling how it exploded.
You can make an investigation check.
That is a 23.
23. All right. Looking over it, you see that there was you find that although they have been seriously damaged and are covered in blood, so you missed them, there are a number of delicate wires that were sort of like around the kobold's torso, and also like the direction, even though they've been blasted away, you're guessing by the way that they kind of like connect at the back and then come forward to the front. It looks like they were connected to something right in front of the center of the kobold's chest. And that is where the explosion came from, that point. You also note that while it has been nearly thrown off of the body by the explosion, there was a leather cord around the kobold's neck, and there is a lead key that was hanging on that cord, and the feet of the kobold are covered with this deep red like it just stands out because of the coloration. Additionally, as I said, the gear of the kobold is intact. They had a short sword and a hand crossbow.
I think she's gonna like clutch her chest for a moment, being like, "Oh God, am I gonna explode?" But then when she realizes what it was, or what it sort of looks like, she's gonna relax. I think they had something on them that made them blow up.
Melowin has come into the fog cloud to examine with you, while Bastion and Hilda take care of Mr. Shutterstone. They knew that death walked with them, perhaps, or that they could take vengeance from beyond. How? Hmm. Is this self-sacrificial? Is this knowing that they might die and choosing to strike back even beyond death? Is it poetic? Is it artistic? Is it in defiance of the standard practice of looting the bodies of your enemies? Hmm.
Uh,
Very interesting, though. I've never seen something like this before.
I don't think I have either. So what
Uh,
exactly? I mean, I guess we're in the fog cloud. I was gonna say, what exactly like blew up? I know there was a couple explosions.
um, you see, like, with that high investigation check, um, um, whatever it, you see that, there are little bits of, like, little pieces of metal at the ends of the wires, that like blew away. It looks like it was a small metallic container. And although it's like all covered in blood, if you like wipe away a little bit, you can see that there's also like black um on the inside and like staining the edges of the pieces. But
Oh.
it was pretty small, about the size of like an acorn.
Hey, look at this. I'll show it to Mellowin.
Hmm. She like kind of like puts a couple of them together to get a better understanding of it. Oh yes, I see. I don't understand much about this explosive uh developments, but I did not realize that something this small could cause this kind of damage.
Is there
Hmm.
a trace of what's? You said there was black on the inside. It's
It
probably
looks
just.
like it was caught.
Yeah.
It's the blackening from the explosion, you
Okay.
expect.
Okay.
You hear what sounds like people coming your way. You hear a voice uh, calling from outside of the fog cloud. Hello, is there anyone past here?
Yeah.
We heard.
There's
Oh, are you friend or foe? This is Watchmaster Bram Gulch.
friend. We're friend.
Very good. And coming into the fog cloud, uh, you see a gnome wearing Crown's Guard armor, but like a nicer set that indicates that he's like in charge or something. Um, he's got like lighter skin tone. He's got a big he's got like a big brown mustache. And is wearing a helmet. Um, and he's got like half a dozen Crown's Guard with him. Oh, we saw a couple more of the bodies on the other end. Uh, identify yourself, please.
Oh, I'm Honoria. You probably heard about me. Maybe.
No. Oh, yes, I am familiar with you. Well, let's take this outside of this swirling mist, if
Yeah.
we shall.
Yeah.
So the Watchmaster directs like a couple of his Crown's Guard to check the bodies that are in this fog cloud, as the rest come out with him and you two to find Bastion, Hilda, and Mr. Shutterstone, who has been mostly cleaned up but seems still a little shell-shocked. Oh, goodness, did they attack this citizen?
I think one blew up in front of him.
And he like looks back at the fog cloud, looks at you, blew up.
Yeah, they had whatever this is.
He takes a look at the like the components that you took off of kobold's body, takes a look at them. Most concerning. So, they all they all did that? Is that right?
Definitely 2, I guess. Because there was the one that blew up with us, and then the one that blew up on him. The other ones didn't.
And did you a Goliath? Did you see a Goliath?
Yeah, she went that way. She's gone. We tried to stop her.
Then I want a couple of you headed that way. See if you can find a trace of.
She keeps doing that fog thing, so we couldn't like keep following her.
She caused this.
Yeah.
Well, damn it all. All right, so
Who is that?
Honoria. Well, first of all, Honoria and the rest of you, please. And in order, Bastion, sir. My name is Hilda Voss Mellowin. Very good, very good. And he has one of the Crowns Guard, like, writing this down. All right. So, you endeavored to stop the criminals, then?
Yeah, we definitely tried.
Damn it. This is a mess. And you can actually see some people like coming from down the way you came, or like poking through the alleys. He's Crown's Guard business, folks. Crown's Guard business. Return to your and like shooing people away. He turned as he has his Crown's Guard secure the area more. He turns to you all. Miss Sonoria, I know that your being here is a complicated situation, but you seem martially capable and of a good sense of order and justice. And frankly, I know that you are in need of some work. You all seem decently capable enough. Would you be willing to take on a bit of mercenary work to assist with bringing these criminals to justice?
Yes. I didn't even need to think about it.
The others just nod and agree. Excellent. The kobolds I am unfamiliar with, but the Goliath is Sken Zabris, a prisoner of war from Jorhoth. I will offer a total of 500 gold to you or anyone else who manages to hunt her down and bring her back, as well as to find out who is responsible for this prison break. I'm sure you saw the explosion was from our fine place of internment, but Gearhole Prison now has a hole in its wall. So, if you can find Sken Zabris and find out exactly what happened to allow her to escape, the 500 gold pieces is yours. And to, shall we say, sweeten the deal, I'll even offer 200 up front.
I'm like gesturing to my friends.
They're all they're all nodding. Yeah, sounds like a oh yes, very good, yes, very good. And he reaches into his bag. He pulls out like what appears to be a quick like fill in the blanks contract that he and just like has you all like read it. It's basically just a contract stating the terms of like Your target is Scanzabris. Bounty total 500 gold, 200 gold up front. For the Watchmaster, Bram Gulchswaddle, your names, he just has you sign it. After all of you sign, he provides you with record, he says. And he provides you he provides you each with a small copper and gold badge. That he says, these badges indicate that you, as long as you keep them visible, you can access certain areas such as the prison, where if you'd like, maybe not tonight, but tomorrow, you can investigate the area. The Crown's Guard will understand that you're there acting with my permission. And it can also perhaps help if you need to question anybody else with the town.
Sweet.
Please keep me informed as to your progress. And also, try and get this done as quick as possible. Zabras is dangerous, and an agent of Jorhas. We cannot allow her to run around.
Yeah, we'll do our best.
Good. We'll keep the area secure. You all go about whatever you'd like to get up to at this point.
Yeah, I always feel like we should bring Mr. Shutterstone home. Poor guy.
Oh, yes. Was he witness to the event as well?
Well, he was with us, yeah.
Dived over to the side when the fighting started. I just was trying to be helpful at the end there. We'll have a healer check him out.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Probably for the best. And calls over Crown's Guard. Take Mr. Shutterstone to the infirmary, have him checked out. He apparently suffers. And the Crown's Guard takes him away. Thank you all. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
And as Mr. Shutterstone is taken to get checked out, as you all are contracted and appointed to find this escaped prisoner of war, as you have new employment for now, after a seriously concerning situation, perhaps. I believe that is where we will end for today.
That's good, because I only have 6 out of 12 hit points.
Oh dear. Yeah. So,
Level 1.
yeah. That is our first session of Dangerous Design. Where will we go from here? Well, you'll have to see what happens next time. We hope that you enjoyed this. And we'll get the next episode out as soon as we can. Anything you would like to add, Jen?
No, just hope you enjoyed.
Yay! All right, we are Vellum and Vale, and we look forward to the next episode. And bye-bye.
Bye.